Hello, hello. Here we are back again. How's everyone doing? Nice move down. That's good. Let's see, we can stay bullish or we have to reassess. I'm still a little bit bullish for but let's see how far what we're going to do. Hello, hello. Here we are back again. How's everyone doing? Hey, why is this? Nice move down. That's good. Okay. Here we are. Okie dokie. Now, oh, for everything here. 24,853. We're now. We've got the weekly mid at 24,565. So it's highly probable that it will still go a little bit lower. We still have some time before the open, right? 20 minutes. I would definitely not get into a short anymore now. Just have to wait to see what the open does. Now let's have a look. 181, yeah, a weekly mid. Oh, we already went there. Okay, so we just hit that level, the 565-ish, the weekly mid. And I'm just wondering if this is the range for the short. I wonder if this is the low of the day. So I have this level already marked. So the weekly mid, and let's see how it behaves here. Now, if you look on the, we actually really made a very nice market maker buy sell model on the 15. Just wondering if it's done here, and just want to calculate. Let me just do it on my screen so you can see it. And go to the 15 here. Just make it a little bit clearer. Now I go to the 15 here. It's a beautiful market maker buy and sell model, right? You can see it so beautifully here. right? And then we went back up. That is this move here, where we, let me go to the lower time frame, to the 15. In London, what was this area here? There was also exactly, you see this? This was exactly 61.8, but we only went back up to go further down, right? So we have to see, but you see it looks almost the same, that this is the same structure as we can see now in the higher time frame, what it's doing, right? So we're at 61.8. So I'm sort of like really have to watch here, because I had this calculated as a range. So I'm sort of like, okay, are we going to go further, or is this the range to go? I'm sort of, it looks very, I know it's very bearish, but it only turns bullish now if we have a change in state delivery on the 15. But hey, listen, this is like a almost completed market maker buy and sell model. Buy, sell. So yeah, I could go a little bit further down, but then we get really bearish. But we hit the original consolidation. Remember that the end of a market maker buy or sell model on that time frame is that it has to go to back to original consolidation, and that is right over here. This is the consolidation base of this area. So I read it as the end of the model, but you know, let's see. It is at OT level, it is at the original base of consolidation, so let's see what happens at the open. If it might wick a little bit lower. I'm still bullish, and I did say it might go a little bit lower, but then again it went a little bit lower, a little bit more, but it's actually perfect if you think about it. It's finalized its full market make MMXM model, and now it might get ready for the move up. You know, look, I mean, this you hardly see that they leave this behind and go really parabolic to the downside. Like, you want to see a wick, you want to see like a nice little wicky. 2454. So also for me, I'm doing it on the 15-minute. Why? Because if I'm bullish, I want a 15-minute change in state delivery. So that means this 15-minute fair value gap has to be disrespected, right? So that's one. And you will see, if you leave it on your charts, and just leave it and just see in due time that it will be, it's a very important level. Besides the first percentage fair value gaps. You'll see overlaps at some point, yeah. So this is my 4 a.m. It's right over here. If we would be bullish, what I'm hoping for is if we would go up, then I don't expect this level to be reached before 10 o'clock. So what I'm waiting for then is that we get a 10 o'clock print of the candle, and I want to get into the manipulation move and then ride it up to the 4. It might go higher because we have the midnight right above it, so that's a very strong, we've got two very strong liquidity points very close to each other, which is my 4 o'clock and the midnight. But I usually get out at 4 a.m. at this line, but I might, if I'm on the micros, I might leave a runner to go higher. But if I use a mini, I just ride the mini just from the manipulation wick from the 10 o'clock to that time. But then again, we have to have change in state delivery, which means for me, when we have such a move down, it has to be on the 15 minutes. Otherwise, I'm not interested at all. So then otherwise we just go further down, I guess. So we just have to see. So I've got a few scenarios for bullish. Now, this is the thing, when you have a bias, right? I do catch myself thinking, do I have a good scenario for when we are bearish? I have to be honest. I don't have one at the moment. But it should be, you should have both in all fairness. Then you're always prepared, right? So, but I'm still looking, and I just want to see what the open is going to do, and then just reassess. I do have levels below already noted on my notepads. So I do have lower levels already and what they are. So, but not really that low, to be honest. I mean, I don't go lower than 24,549. This, yeah, that might be the manipulation. But let's see. I mean, yeah, I just don't want to. We'll see. We will see. So, the light. 9:27. Almost 2 more minutes to go. We don't have any more news, right, today? I think that's it. I'll go back to the 1 minute because we want to see the 1 minute. Or let's go to the 5 because we're not going to trade the open, right? I mean, I'm not. Just going to wait. We'll just stick to the 5. So this is the 15-minute one. Let me put the text there so everyone knows. Take it apart. Okay. Ooh, are we open? Yes, we're open. 9:30. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 549 all the way. Oh, we're there already. Okay. Okay. 79 level. Because it's definitely going lower, right? You can see that happening. I want to change you. How do I do that? Can I think 1 minute? Now I'm a bit handicapped with no with my trading view. It's just do we have significant 5 minute? Do we have a 5 minute FUG? Okay. Yeah, okay. Nice. This is a nice one too. See this wick here? Integrate that wick. How far are we? 770. This is a potential area. I will mark this, grade this wick in gradient, right? 25%, 30. I use 1/3 and 25. What am I looking at? A midpoint of a daily range. So it has two levels, plus it is also the beginning of that 1 hour. Now the 1 hour wick, we're not even there, but then 354 is also plunging. Okay, gotcha. Okay, time to get short almost. Let's see. I'm waiting for the 10 o'clock candle because I do want to see what it does. Hey, it's what time is it? 9:51. Macro starting. Creating equal highs, right? You see that? Uh, 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 381. 381. Yeah. To the daily wick and the weekly high. 398 might be a little reaction. 398, let's say 400-ish. Let's see. Here. I'm in 30 seconds now, just to get a little bit more information, a little bit faster. So I'm looking for a move. Okay. If it goes lower, I'm very interested in 354, 24354. So that's still a 100-point move, maybe even more if it goes a little bit higher. Let's see. Almost half a minute, half a minute. That's a song, isn't it? Half a minute. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm more interested in what's going to happen at 10 o'clock, so I'm not gonna do that. Come on, 10 o'clock. New 4-hour candle. We love 4-hour candles. Yeah, you see, that's why I'm staying out. Nah, because it's DPR, most likely it won't go over it, but it's very manipulated at the moment. It's really nasty. It's gonna go down. I think it's gonna go down to that level, but it might just, it's the FU algo. They put the FU algo on. Let's get some more people out of their positions and make it as hard as possible. It's been a really nasty price. I mean, in all honesty, the models that I use, and it's been really, last week, normally the third week of the month are my best weeks, but it was really hard. And I thought, okay, if that happens most of the time, then the fourth week, you get the easy distribution, the larger distribution rules. Yeah, there was one in London, there's one in London, but you have only one opportunity. And yeah, and only when you have these moves, you get a retracement, you can get back in the later stage, but they make it really, really hard. It's crazy. It's quite tough. So we just need more patience, and we just have to wait for that proper. Let me see a good move. I'm sure a lot of people are caught. They're thinking it's going down, and then this wick, goes up into this, and they think they go short, right? And now people are going long. They're going to be stopped out as well, I guess. Yeah. So the 10 o'clock, either sometimes it doesn't create a wick and it just goes up and then you have a flat bottom candle, right? That's possible. It's now disrespecting it, but it could also just be the wick that is going to form for the new 4 o'clock candle. So let me show you. So it might go a little bit higher. Let's go back to the 4-hour. I was actually hoping that it would go down, that we get the wick to the downside, but it's still possible that it's going to, and then we go back up, but it also could. a moment. Now we get above this 15-minute CB, then I'm getting bullish again. I mean, that's my, because then we're going also in the opening range gap. Just off the break, I'm just getting in with a very tight stop. Below that breaker then. The 1 minute is good enough. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's just. That's just a wick. It's not. I need a closure. Are we gonna blast off now? Okay. I'm getting in. But it's a little bit risky. Some micro. And I will add later. If we get retest, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add big time. There we go. Sell stop is here. And my TP will be here. 736. 136 points from here. I'm gonna chill my stop a little bit. I might add, if we get a retest, I'm gonna add. But it's a little bit tricky because we're still in the 15-minute, that's why I marked this 15-minute CV. We need to get out of that CV. I'm gonna chill my stop a little bit. If I get stopped out, it's okay. I'll re-enter because if we're gonna be bullish, we're gonna be bullish. I needed to go out of the box. Come on, go out of the box. Do it. Push through. Come on, get out of the bloody box. Remember I said I'm actually bullish when it's out of that box. And I went in, and I know I get irritated when it, and I know I have to wait. If I don't want to have that feeling, I have to wait. But yeah, here we go. It's not a retest, so I'm not entering. I'm not going to add now. I'm just gonna, it's okay. It's just one micro, but um, if I really see a retest, then I'll add. But I want to see it go into this opening range gap. See, it just doesn't go out of that box. I need a, I need. You might get into this range here. You see, it needs to get out of that box. So like I said in the beginning, if you see 8:30 news candle, 15-minute further, you get market on your chart. It's very extremely significant and extended. I should have waited because I know it could reverse from here. SU algo. Yeah. Yeah, but if it goes, right? I'm taking a bit of a risk here. But, okay. I should really have my stop below the breaker and not futzing around with it. I'm sorry, did I say the F word? I said the F word upstream. Futzing around YouTube. I didn't. It was a slip of the tongue. Futzing around. See, I know this irritates me. That's why I already said I have to wait until it gets out of the box. Um, I need to be below the breaker just to be on the safe side, but I think it's breaking out already, right? This is the breaker. We tested here. Very nice. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ooh, finally. Thank you. Now we're good. Now I can bring it just below this little, you see this little intermediate term low? We don't want to see it go below there now. So now we're in the opening range gap. And let's see if it's going to run into There's not a low resistance for the liquidity line. This is still high resistance. Yes. I think I'm getting out. I'm not really entering. It goes into the box. I'm getting out. Ten 28. 1028. I cannot go into my box anymore. Okay. I cannot go into my box. Yeah. So technically I should now, if that's my, I let it stopped out, it should be proper. So I don't want it to go. I hate being in long trades, but it's 136 points if it goes to my profit target. It's okay then, but you'll hear me get a little bit annoyed at some point. I just Waiting patiently. We should get some games, so online games up. So I didn't even look at the first percent fair value gap, to be honest. Today, I was just using the breaker and this 15-minute VISI as extra confluence. And now, obviously, I was looking at the opening range gap, right? So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we respected the OTE levels as well. So there was a little bit of I had a few points of interest just below, but then we would have disrespected the OTE levels. So this is my model, my 10-4 model. So the 10 o'clock prints here, but there wasn't even on the 1 minute a gap here. It just went straight up. So I had to wait. Normally I get in the manipulation mode of the 10 o'clock candle, and then I ride it up. And especially when I have an opening range gap here, which is in it, it's a very, I have confidence in the model. And we have midnight above it as well. So, but you see, it's so slow, but it's trickling up. Okay, can I trail you already, NQ? Because you're annoying the F out of me. Oh shit. 751. Here we go. Now we have to be careful at the 50% because it might wick down. Let's see. The macro is starting, and I hope it's going to reach my TP finally because I've been in the trade quite a bit now. I think I should make the letters of the chat a little bit smaller, right? I'm just testing out some stuff, so if you have any feedback, let me know. But I'm just looking at the screen, and I think it's a little bit too big. So I'm going to change that a little bit. I'll make it smaller. But I think it's nice to have the chat on screen for you guys as well, right? So you don't have to leave it on. Just trying out some new stuff. Hey, Strong Penguin. I made the first presented fair value gap. I made a short about it. I use them of every session. You don't see that on this chart because I'm limited, but I use every first presented fair value gap. I use them of London. There's also a weekly one, by the way. I use London, the one that's printed after midnight. I use the one that's printed after 6 o'clock when the market opens. I use the one that is printed at 1:30 p.m. So it's my roadmap. I built my whole models are around it. In consolidation, you can see a lot of ping-ponging between the first presented fair value gaps of the session. So yeah, I use them extensively. But like I said, I don't have TradingView now. Then on Wednesday, it drops into a higher time frame discount rate to form the low of the week. And we had that. That is what happened on Wednesday, right? So when the market fails to drop into the discount rate on Monday and Tuesday, so it stopped right below, right above the previous day lows twice. On Monday it did that, and I believe on Tuesday as well. Then it's most likely that Wednesday we'll see the drive lower to mark a weekly low in New York or a London session. So that's what we had, right? We went into another low, and so most of the times this is a very bullish profile, but it looks bearish, right? So, but look at the tops of both ES and NQ. They're equal. There's so many equal highs and lows. So I was bullish from, well, actually since we had that low yesterday, but obviously I didn't have a good trade in London because we were going down, and I was okay, just let it go down and I'll wait for my trade. But I'm getting out at my level, and then I'm going to reassess, and I might enter again at a later stage for another trade. I'm just fed up with this trade. But I agree with you, strong penguin. If we're going higher, but it's a low resistance still. Or high, sorry, it's high resistance, low speed. And I'm going to change the chat. And you know what I'm going to do as well, strong penguin? I'm going to set up a way that people can call in and then talk with me, so we can have a chat instead of typing and me only talking. So I'm going to set up maybe like a meeting, Google meeting, and then on voice, right? So then people can call in and chat instead of typing, if they're interested. They don't have to. But I think that's nice. Some people, and then I can have some buddies of mine who can just say, come in and say hello or whatever. You know that I haven't even told a lot of people that I started my own YouTube channel. I did it on purpose, just to see how the algo, you know, 9. We got a new model coming in 10 past 11. What time is it now? Okay, so in 3 minutes. And then, I'm still very eager and keen on my TP level at 736-ish, and even there higher we have midnight, daily open. But the fact that it's stalling so much. No, I got out. I got out because I got really irritated. I got really irritated. I got out in profit, but obviously I gave back some profit because it went a little bit lower. But I'm going to re-enter definitely. But I don't. I just want the bit that it starts running, because I'm still confident we're gonna go up. It's just it's time distortion. They're just accumulating orders to go back up further, and most likely that will be a nice fast move, because that happens a lot of the times now, right? You just consolidate, and it makes a lot of people. I think there's also a lot of people still think it's going down, but I'm bullish. I'm very bullish. I've been bullish the whole week, but I haven't had good bullish trades, to be honest, so far. Just a few, and I was red on the day yesterday because I tried to get into a bearish trade, but to the downside, and my analysis was okay, but my execution sucked, so I was down a bit anyway. Anyone else in a trade? But yeah, no, I'm just waiting till 1 minute and see like a little bit more information. Because a lot of this time, remember, it can run outside macro and then it reaches the specific liquidity levels during a macro. So it doesn't mean that it will run, but what it can do, why I got out during at 11 o'clock, because I thought maybe what it can do, it could retrace. Again, here it might go. See, now we're going to get it might run fast now. Now I'm going to trill my stop very fast to make sure that I'm going to losing trade. This is my model. I studied this one. That's why I just get in without that. I just have to make sure because it's a little bit manipulative. I don't want to get any money back. Don't take money today from the market. You see, it's creating equal lows, right? Okay, I'm gonna now. I'm not gonna wait for the 50% because I don't want to lose a losing trade. It will blast through 50% because it's still a large move, right? It's still 100 points. There we go. Come on, go now. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. This is a perfect manipulation, AMD, AMD. I'm getting in with another one. It's a little risky, but I'm doing it. It is pretty annoying. It is annoying. It's annoying. Yeah. I like the time is just come on, go. We need to go up now. Okay, I'm getting out. I hate this. 11:22. Yeah, it's taking me out.
Stop would have failed.
If it's gonna go down, we're gonna get a low resistance run, and it's not gonna be to the upside. It's gonna be to the downside. more than triple lows here, and triple highs. Yeah, I think I'm getting in a order filled in my trade because I'm okay, glassed off now. Okay, now go NQ. Yes, today. Oh, I forgot to put a stop in. Oops. Oopsie daisy. See, I'm just totally, no, 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 no. We're not just gonna wait. We're just gonna run. So now everyone thinks it's a liquidity sweep, right? Mm-mm. It's not. Come on, IQ, go. This is really you want to talk about manipulation and being in a F out market. But I can see why people probably ask, well, why are you in a trade when we just had a liquidity sweep? I'll tell you after work. Just want to make sure I don't get a losing trade again. What time is it? 11:39. Okay, come on, go. Okay, now I can start trading. It's gonna go now to this level here. Dolly, oh yeah. Are we for 50%? Okay. Now I'm not gonna add. Normally I would have added, but I'm not gonna do that. I mean, it's a horrible market. It's only low resistance, high resistance. I mean, it will be low resistance. I would be in with a mini, but then it's in and out. It takes only a couple of minutes for those trades. And with this market, what you see then a lot, it's just you get like it runs, and then suddenly you get like a big wick in one of those levels, and we've got midnight here as well, which is very significant. But I'm just taking it I'm just taking it just before the end of the opening range gap, because sometimes it leaves a little area open, but I'm happy that at least we're over the 50% now. Come on. Oh, I'm so impatient with this bloody price action. I hate it. I hate being in long trades. But in all honesty, this price action gets to my head a little bit. It does really at some point. It just makes you like it's built around fear, and it just sort of like even though you're confident in your trade and in your model, but this price action just gets you at some point. It really does. So um, or it gets me annoyed, but it also gets me like it makes me insecure at some point. You start doubting your model, and especially when you get stopped out. Um, yeah, it just does. Now go, 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 go. The original trade was 136 points if I would have gotten it, but now it's a little bit less. Oh, it's 100 now. Okay, well, if it reaches it, if it reaches it. But I got stopped. I got out, and then I got in too early, and then I had a losing trade. And I hopefully win. I should trail my stop, but I don't want to trail my stop when it goes so slow, right? I usually want to trail my stop when I'm over 50% of the move. Well, that's about now. But I still don't trust it, to be honest. But it's not going to be a losing trade anyway. No. I'm not going to trail it too much, so there's some room. But it's still a 100-point move. And it might even go higher. It might probably goes. Once it goes, it might really spike up to midnight as well. But I'm not waiting for that. I'm just gonna take it. I'm just taking the low hanging fruit. Let me put it that way. trickle to the upside. Just trickling. Now, midnight is a significant level that will be, that is a level that will be a level that the algo could refer to within a macro, right? So let's see if it, I'm getting out before it. I'm not going to wait for it because it could take a long time. Oh, see, that's what I mean with that quarter. It's going to go down too much. Good day. Oh, 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 oh. Let's have a look at the higher time frame. I want to see how the 4 hour candle looks. Let's look at the 1 hour. Just gonna have a look. I'm gonna get rid of this here. We don't need that. Let's come down a little bit. Now, why am I not trading too much? Because of this fair value gap here. So there's a 0-1 here, and I don't want to get stopped out in that one. So I do think that this level is very, it's a probability in the coming macro. But I'm getting out just before, because sometimes you see in the opening range gap, it just doesn't fill it completely. It just sort of like goes into it and then just stalls. I'm just taking a low hanging fruit. And I've tried this trade since 10:15. So it's almost 2 hours. I've got in and out, in and out, in and out. So actually really cold. similar level at 12:30. And normally it should do it before latest 11 o'clock, 11:15 normally. So if I speak other languages, yeah, I speak Dutch. I speak a little bit Spanish. I was able to speak a little bit French when I was at school, but I just wasn't interested in that anymore. So then I just focused on the Spanish. Yeah, so that's it. And here in South Africa, they speak Afrikaans, and because it's very similar to Dutch, I literally I can understand it, but I mean Dutch is on itself already a horrible language, to be honest. It's not really beautiful. So I don't feel like learning the Afrikaans, the language in South Africa. But I can understand it and I can read it or stuff like that. But yeah. But basically everyone speaks English here anyway, so or Zulu or stuff like that. But I don't speak Zulu or any of the tribal languages, which can be handy to speak. Here. So, what about you? Do you speak any languages besides English? So you see why you can't truly stop on days like this, and that's actually really not a nice way to trade, right? Just being, and if you see your GP goes all the way back to almost nothing. We can play the guitar. Nice. We've got another person in the community. His name is SC Guitar, or what is it? He's in 5 bands. He also joins around this time, or is it maybe in PM session? SC guitarist, and he also is a guitarist. Oh, when I see both of you guys, oh, let's Okay. Okay, I'm getting out now. So I've been in this is a typical model of mine, but that's why I'm staying in because I know the model and I'm sort of like, but on days like this it takes really long and yeah, 12, 16. I think I should we'll trade. Hi Chuck Sakarian. I'm in Q. I'm in a long trade. Um I've been in this trade already for from 10:15 and been stopped out a few times. Um, I'm aiming for this area, but I think it will go to midnight. But it's horrible price action. Have you been trading? Have you done any trades? So I'm just sort of like, I was in it and then I got, this happens when I get stuck in a trade and I get really upset actually at some point. And I'm just stuck in consolidate because I hate it. But yeah. So it's literally my 10-4 model. So the 10 o'clock prints here, right? Normally you have a manipulation wick here, but it was even very little. 5K, yeah, Casey, go journal. That's good. And I just tried to long again and got stopped out. Time to cut it out. Yeah, that's good. That's just good. Just stop it. It's really tough, the market, to be honest. I might get stopped out as well. I don't think so, but it could wick me out. I'm just waiting for it to go to my level. Just journal your trades and also go over your emotions, but also note that that you just woke up. Those things really help because I think sometimes when you just start trading too fast on the day, it's sort of like you need to ease yourself into your trading modus. I think it's just you know markets are tough. I mean, it's not easy. This trade normally takes me 15 minutes. Now it takes me over 2 hours. Maybe yeah, it's yeah, 10, 10:15. Yeah, so it's over 2 hours now. So Chuck, this is so I'm an MNQ 1 micro. Um, uh, just literally talking to NQ to just hurry the F up now and go to And if I see something really nice popping up, I might, go back on. Resting your eye. So, oh, my stop. I need to get a stop in. Not so stop. Okay. Now it could just create more liquidity, and this is a trend line. It just could create another wick here and then go down. But because of this little breaker, I think okay, now we might make the run. Finally, finally, here we go. It's gonna take all day to get there, right? Yeah, I think maybe we should just get out and leave it. Pull the string and then maybe look in PM session, maybe there's a nice move. So this is creating liquidity again. Anyone else in a trade? I'm still aiming for that level, but it's such a annoying journey today. I think I'm married to the buyers right now, and I'm thinking that okay, I'm just not. The key just really needs to go there before I'm letting go. But it's sort of like because we're over 50% off in the opening range gap, and it's my 10-4 model. My 4 o'clock is here. We got midnight just above it, but it could take all day to get there, right? It is literally taking all day to get there. So So what you see happening around on these days, they use the lunchtime a lot to make fast moves. 1240. Okay, I'm out. Let's see what goes here for it. Going out. Yeah.
Stop failed.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a break. And I'll just keep on watch. If the price action is nice in the PM session or in an hour, I'll have a look. I might open another stream. If not, I'll see you tomorrow or maybe the day after. No, it's Friday tomorrow already. But yeah, no, it's I'm done with today, to be honest. It's horrible price action. So yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat. I'll keep an eye on the price action. If it's really good, I'll if I'm really going to trade again, I'll open another stream. So keep an eye on the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys later then, maybe, or tomorrow again. Be careful today, okay? I'll see you in a bit. Ciao, ciao.